Throughout history, we've come across great people and places that have made a mark on mankind and its development. And today, we're going to visit a beautiful place of culture, entertainment, and history. A city that is located in Maharashtra, India. The city known as Mumbai. Now, welcome to FTD Facts, guys, the channel where we look at cultures and people from all over the world. And today, we are going to look at one of the biggest cities in the world. So how's it going, guys? My name is Dave Wapple, and welcome to another episode of FTD Facts. Before we get into the video, here on FTD Facts, we take a lot of recommendations from our fan base and our community. For example, this video alone was recommended by many of you. People like Avush Seth, Unmesh Bachak, Yuvraj Bandaj, Ashke Marganwar, and let's not forget the rest of you guys. Lots of you guys wanted us to talk about Mumbai. And before I begin this video, I also want to know from all of you out there in the real world, what is your favorite place that you have ever visited and why? Me? Probably Boston. I always liked Boston. It's a pretty cool city. Now, Mumbai is a beautiful place set on a lovely coastline, but let's talk about the obvious, its population. Mumbai is one of the current 35 cities listed as a megacity, which means they have a population of over 10 million. But as of 2011, the city currently has 12.4 million people, but its metropolitan population sits at around 18 million people, and that makes it the 8th largest metropolitan area in the entire world. But it isn't going to stop there, because experts say by 2020 it'll have 28 million people, making it the largest city in the entire world. Now, some of you guys might already know that Mumbai was originally named Bombay. Now, this change happened in 1995 because leader Shiv Sena pushed for the name change because they wanted to do away with the connection of the Old English rule. But the old word Bombay comes from the Portuguese word beautiful bay. And it is also rumored that Mumbai is named after the Mumbai Devi temple, which is in the city itself. Now, just like many great cities, Mumbai is known for its great, amazing culture. But the city itself hosts a street festival called Ganesh Chaturthi, and it is one of the biggest festivals in India. The festival itself occurs for 10 days where everyone just pretty much parties on the streets of Mumbai. And it sounds like a lot of fun. Now, India is known for its extensive railway system. As a matter of fact, a lot of you guys have asked us to talk about the railway system of India. But as for Mumbai, it was the first city to have a train. And the first train was introduced on April 6th of 1853. It ran between Bori Bunder, which is now the Chhatrapati Shivaji terminal, and ran all the way to Thane. And since then, it has grown to the massive train system and transport system that it is known as today. However, Mumbai's train system is also one of the most dangerous in the entire world, as the trains are outdated and need much repair. Now, Mumbai, or back then Bombay, was first settled in 1507. Now, funny part is, the city is realistically a collection of islands, 7 islands to be exact. They were once known as the 7 Islands of Bombay in the 16th century, and they were part of the Portuguese territories. Now, at one point, the islands were handed over to the English as part of a dowry. Now, this was the dowry of Catherine Bragans when she married Charles II, and by 1668, Charles II used to lend out the islands for 10 pounds of gold a year. And about 200 years later, in 1845, these islands had been merged together under the Land Reclamation Project. But what were the original islands of Bombay? They were the island of Bombay, Colaba, Old Woman's Island or Little Colaba, Mahim, Mazagon, Parel, and Worli. But also, what makes Mumbai a very interesting city compared to others? Well, one thing for certain is the Rajiv Gandhi Sea Link, which is a cable-stayed bridge. Now, this bridge cost $240 million, and it took 9 years to make. But one of the most fascinating things about the steel cable bridge is that if you were to take all the steel that is used in the bridge, it would encompass the girth of the entire planet. That is a lot of steel. And on top of that, one of the most amazing things that makes Mumbai, well known throughout the entire world, is in the heart of the city lies the Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Kind of like Central Park in New York, but way bigger, as it stands at 104 kilometers square. And it's not just a pretty park where you can go and visit, it's also a protected zone and habitat which was established in 1969. And it is believed that the park itself is home to 1,000 species of plants, 251 migratory bird species, 50,000 insects, 40 species of mammals, and let's not forget about the reptiles or the amphibians as well. And Mumbai is also greatly known for for its diverse architecture. Currently, it has 106 buildings that are 40 floors or over, with the highest being the Twin Imperial Towers 1 and 2, coming in at 61 floors and being a height of 833 feet. But they aren't stopping there because the city has planned for 89 new buildings, with World 1 aiming to be the tallest, coming in at 117 floors or 1,450 feet high. And when it's finished, it'll be the crown jewel of Mumbai. And speaking about buildings, what is the most expensive building in Mumbai? Some of you may already know this, that the Antilla is the most expensive resident or house in the entire world. And we've actually looked at this building in one of our previous India videos. Now the house is pretty much estimated to be worth $1 billion, which has a staff of over 600 and 600 rooms. And although it only has 27 floors, it stands at 568 feet tall. Now earlier we talked about how populated Mumbai is, and with population and crowds comes difficulties. In order to deal with the crowds of rush hour, Mumbai introduced the world famous Skywalk. And apparently they are currently the only city to have a skywalk, with 37 of them all over the city. The first one was constructed in 2008, and they are meant to move commuting traffic away from bus stations and shopping malls. And lastly, to finish it off, a city is not great with its great economy. And the Bombay Stock Exchange is the oldest stock exchange in all of Asia. And it was established in 1855, but then moved to Dalal Street, where it is currently known, in 1875. Currently it stands at the 11th largest stock exchange in the world, and it also claims to be the world's fastest stock exchange, with trade speeds at 6 microseconds. So thanks for watching, guys. My name's Dave Wapple, but before we close out this video, we want to let you guys know that we are trying to include you guys, our community, into our videos. And for us to do this, we need you guys to send us footage of either your country or you doing something in your country to ftdfacts@gmail.com. And even if you are from a place that we haven't talked about before, send us some footage and send us something that you would like us to talk about. Don't forget to follow me, guys, on Instagram, and of course do not forget to leave a comment down there giving us a recommendation for what you guys want to see next on FTD Facts. It's been awesome talking about another great and amazing place, a city that continues to grow and is aware of its flaws but has a very positive look towards the future, a place where generations of families can work hard and be safe, a city that reminds us that if we put our hearts and thoughts into something, we can create anything. Cities like Mumbai, or better known as Amchi Mumbai, my Mumbai.